It's an instant nostalgic hit to play an 8-bit action game straight from the rough and glorious era of the Nintendo Entertainment System. Or just NES for short.
Okay.
This game takes heavy inspiration from the classics like Ninja Gaiden, Shatterhand and of course Castlevania. Yep, the NES version of those. And that game is Crystal Gaiden Origins. It nails the retro vibe with a proper 4:3 aspect ratio, classic chiptune music and limited color palette that instantly brings back memories. You play as a rogue warrior on a mission to save the world, which is on edge of destruction thanks to a deadly doomsday weapon. Your journey takes you through burning cities, crumbling ruins and shady labs full of creepy experiments and super soldiers on the other side of the fight. Oh, and you can turn on CRT-like view if you want ultimate retro vibes. Your hero can do the basics: run, crouch, slide, and throw special weapons you pick up as a power-ups. And of course I forgot about jumping. You also have a special Fury ability that boosts your power, but if you use it too long, it starts to hurt you. Honestly, I barely used it during my sessions with the demo I got from the developers at Onipunks because it felt a bit tricky to manage. The demo itself is just a playable slice of the full game. Plenty of stuff could still change before the final release of Crystal Gaiden Origins. The whole game is a classic side-scroller. You move from left to right, face enemies, dodge traps, and take on a big bosses. Maybe not that big. It sticks to the old school rules: limited health, limited lives, and checkpoints that cost you a life when used. Lose all your lives and it's game over. But no worries, you can restart from your last save, which usually happens at the beginning of a new zone. Each zone has its own set of levels, and only by beating the zone's final boss you can move on to the next one. This is an action game through and through. Stuff is always happening, enemies pop up out of nowhere and obstacles come flying at you. There is barely a second to relax, just like the good old days. The game is unforgiving, mess up and you get hit. No second chances, you've got to learn, adapt and push through if you want to beat it. It's not the hardest game in the world, but it definitely keeps you on your toes. Yeah, there were a few frustrating moments, and some spots feel like guaranteed damage, which can seem unfair, but with a bit of patience and persistence, you will get through it. The challenge ramps up nicely too. Every zone, and even different section of the same zone, introduce new enemies and mechanics. That keeps things fresh, since you are always adjusting your approach and figuring out new strategies. Sometimes the best option is to keep your distance and use throwable weapons or power-ups, but don't go spamming them. You've got limited ammo, so you need to think before you throw. Visually, the game nails the late 80s or early 90s style. Not everyone's gonna love the pixel art look, but this project clearly aims at people who grew up playing games from that era, when fun gameplay was the whole point. Bosses are, of course, tougher than regular enemies, mostly because they've got way more health and you are fighting them in tight space. Each boss has their own attack pattern and memorizing those is key. It's classic, satisfying stuff once you figure them out. Overall, the experience was fun. I really enjoyed the music. It fits the action perfectly and gives the extra punch to the gameplay.
It was perfect. Perfect.
There is not a ton I can show you since the demo was pretty short. I finished it in about 20-30 minutes at the most, and I'm sure someone could speedrun it in under 10, easy. Still, the full release of Crystal Gaiden Origins looks like it will offer an even better, and sometimes frustrating, experience. But hey, that's part of the charm, right? So yeah, if this sounds like your kind of thing, check out the Crystal Gaiden Origins on Steam, links in the description. And if you want more videos of indie games, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time, bye!